What's up guys? Welcome to the channel. Today in our video, we'll discuss 10 instances of anime characters being isekai to other worlds. It's going to be an interesting list. I just can't get enough of isekai, and I try my hardest to be up to date with all the new releases. But before we begin, please remember to subscribe if you haven't yet, and press that bell icon to be notified of all our new videos. And with that said, let's dive in. Before we get into the video, let's give a shout out to our sponsor for today, Raid Shadow Legends. This game has already gained a notorious reputation for itself, placing itself on the top of the hierarchy when it comes to mobile games. This game is so good, with amazing gameplay and graphics you would actually forget that it's just a mobile game. The playstyle is smooth, and the daily missions are enjoyable and fun, making the grind for levels and upgrading your characters a journey on its own. The game got over 600 unique champions, each special in its own style and way, with millions of team combinations and comps and numerous artifacts, with even crazier effects, all just laying there for grabs. Some of my favorite champions in the game include, but of course aren't exclusive to, Astralon, Cecia Flametongue, and Drexthar. Just by naming these characters, you should already see the pattern I follow when picking the champs I like. Are they cool? Yes. Are they powerful? Heck yes. Do they have a cool art design? Definitely. Astralon is just so good, like he's a PvP god. And if you have him paired with Countess Lix, then the fight is already over. It's not a fight anymore, it's a one-sided beatdown. And even if you don't have Countess, he still dominates PvP arena just the same, thanks to his ability to remove buffs and apply weaken on all enemies, as well as attack them all. Cecia, however, is a PvP goddess too, and can be used in all other contents. She hits so hard like a tank, but what makes her shine is the fact that she literally sets her opponents on fire and watches them burn. Thanks to her HP burn skill and the more opponents that are burning, the stronger she gets and the harder she hits. And she looks pretty cool, so that's a bonus. As for Drexthar, he's an all-around defense character. He provokes, he burns, and he heals. If you guys are interested in the game, now is the perfect time for you to join in on the fun. Just by using the link in the description or by scanning the QR code in the video, you can capitalize on the fun with a head start thanks to the $30 free gift pack you'll receive with the free champion Aina, 200,000 silver, 1 energy refill, and 1 XP boost, and 1 ancient shard, so you can summon awesome champions as soon as you get in-game. So, what are you waiting for? Go download it right now and enjoy the free pack you'll be receiving. This offer is exclusive to new accounts only. So far, I've had a blast with this game and I really enjoy it with all its features and all it can offer. I'll be waiting for you guys to battle together and gain glory. 10. Indride. A story about two guys fighting side by side as rivals and comrades, each from a different world and background? Well damn, sign me up then. This anime is an original isekai anime story with a lot of unrealized potential, sadly. The show is slow-paced at first, but then picks it up as Emilio, the imprisoned prince, and Shun, the clueless newcomer, has to fight through a lot of trials, meeting many people on the way, friend or foe alike. Emilio hopes nothing else but regaining his rightful place as the king. Shun and Emilio, though they fight all the time, make such a hilarious duo, and somehow they just sync together and click. 9. Ixion Saga DT. This anime is a highly entertaining fantasy action series that infuses comedy to make the plot more relatable and relaxed due to the fast pace of the action. It follows Konohakaze on his isekai journey to another world. In this 2012 anime, Konohakaze lands in a mysterious world known as Mira. He saves the embattled princess Icarlet from her attackers, and soon he's deeply involved in the struggle for Alma. Alma is a mysterious energy that is all over Mira, and every faction wants to claim as much as they can. Can this boy win this war for Princess Icarlet and also find a way back to his homeworld? 8. Arata Kangatari. An anime about two guys switching their worlds, and both of them called Arata. Nothing confusing here. Oh no, not one bit. The idea of the series and switching worlds is unique to this anime, and not that much used usually, giving a refreshing perspective on the characters, and you can feel their reactions and experiences because of this. However, the story progression is sometimes slow, and the fight scenes are kinda dull. But that aside, it's not a bad storyline. The strength of this series, however, and what makes it worth watching, is the characters in it and how they're fleshed out. Even though it's one of those typical shonen anime, quote-unquote "I will save everyone" kind of series, the characters still have depth and true development and growth, as well as the interaction between them is close to being realistic and satisfying in a sense. Is it a great series? No, not that much. Is it bad? Of course not. And it's worth the watch if you ask me. The concept is intriguing enough. 7. Xiaojin Kaokaose. On paper, the premise and idea of the anime seemed nice, and with a lot of potential. However, the year 2019 was the year of Isekai anime, so this one was overshadowed by others like it in the same genre. The idea of 7 heroes, each with their own specialty and own set of skills sent to a fantasy world to save it seemed like a great idea, and one that would give meaning and depth to the cast. However, the anime was rushed, and a lot of the story was half-baked, to say the least. The plot was decent, and the art wasn't half bad, but the characters, for the most majority, ended up being bland. The girls, however, offer a wide variation. There's the hot human girls that get transported with them, as well as the fantasy world monster girls, the Byuma and the Huma, with their magical aptitude. Overall, the series had potential, but it failed when it came to the practical part of things. 6. Kimono Michi, Rise Up. The last thing you can expect from someone summoned from another world and having an audience with the princess is to freaking suplex the living hell out of her and knocking her out cold. However, this anime did exactly just that, with the MC being transported in the middle of its pro wrestling match and given the request to save the world from the monsters infesting it. After he escapes, he wanders off for a while exploring this new world and decides to become a beast hunter that catches and befriends all kinds of monsters and animals this whimsical world has to offer. Even though he's a wrestler, he's still a cuddly bear on the inside that just loves animals and is ready to destroy anyone that harms them. 5. Mondaiji Tachi ga Isekai. What to do when you have powers beyond measure and bored? You isekai yourself, of course, and that's exactly what these 4 children did. After being bored of their normal routine lives, they decided to change all that and went on with the charming rabbit person to her world where they can experience something new and fight strong monsters. In short, they felt that this way they can give meaning to their lives again. And they weren't wrong. They got all they bargained for and more. The adventure, the fights, the amazing scenery, and breathtaking world, they got it all. Speaking of fights, they faced off against some really powerful entities, even fought gods too. And even then, they still ended up on top as the true victors of the battle, and this just shows how damn powerful they are. They can practically rule the world with their abilities. 4. Kumo desu ga nani ka? We follow the story of a girl that got reincarnated in a labyrinth swarming with monsters as a small defenseless spider. In the wild, it's eat or be eaten. Being at the bottom of the food chain, the newly reincarnated spider has to find a way to survive in the harsh environment she found herself in. She has to adapt to her new reality and discover her strengths while covering her weaknesses. Who knows? She might even end up becoming the next almighty demon king. 3. Kono Yusha ga Ore. The most hilarious part of this anime series isn't the fights, it's how much of a Chad that Slayer Seiya is. The cautious hero is always eyed out by hot ladies that are so fucking thirsty for him they look sexy, they look cute, and most importantly, they are lewd and in heat. And what does Seiya do, you might ask? He beats the living shit out of them, of course, knocking them back to their senses. Seiya is hilarious in the way he deals with those girls, and he doesn't hold back either. He once knocked one of those said girls out cold. Every time she came at him, her face would be more swollen than the previous time, until she fainted from all the beating. She got the scene was epic and so freaking hilarious I teared up. And this scene made Seiya become once and for all one of the most Chad thought slayers in anime history. 2. Tsuki ga Michibiku Isekai Daochu. Tsukuyomi, the spirit of the moon, transports this MC into this world fulfilling a contract that was signed between a goddess and his parents. On one side, they isekai their son, and on the goddess side, she'll grant him powers to help him traverse this world he found himself in, and the ability to protect himself from harm. This goddess, however, is a snobby, arrogant one. Instead, she ignores the contract mate and sends him off into the very end limits of her world, which is a barren land and filled with monsters. However, thanks to the swift interference of Tsukuyomi, he's granted immense powers. Not that he needed them though, since Suku revealed that he has powers and abilities that are still not unlocked and that he could do without any blessing of the gods. 1. Mushoku Tensei Isekai Itaro Honki Dasu. Just when you think you'll get rewarded after doing something heroic, you end up swimming in a pool of your own blood, taking your final breath. With his eyes closing to the world, he opens them again, reborn as a baby to a loving and caring family, with the name of Rudeus Greyrat, retaining all his memories from his previous life. In a world of magic and fantasy, Rudeus proves to be a prodigy among his peers, mastering intermediate spells at an exceptionally young age. Being a man in the body of a child helps him as well to view the world in a more mature and calm-minded manner. But that doesn't mean that he isn't childish from time to time. He's even so perverted, he can give Jiraiya a run for his money. The anime is unique and it's still new, so go watch it. What are you still waiting for? Rudeus' spells and skills will catch the eye of many others, friend and foe alike, as he embarks on his journey in his new life. This anime is one of those once-in-a-lifetime chances, so don't sleep on it and keep it up in your recommended to watch list. And with that, we conclude our video. If you enjoyed this list, I want you to smash that thumbs up button. And if you haven't subscribed yet, be sure to subscribe and press that bell icon to keep you notified of all our new videos. Also, comment down below on the anime you like the most on this list, and if you're planning to watch any of them. And if you have any suggestions, place them in the comments as well. Until next time, see ya!